There's going to be a downtime for New World today to address some of the big issues that have occurred due to the Season 1 patch. We're going to talk about that, and we're just going to sort of round up the news, I guess. So here is the big one this morning. You can see they've made a post about 8 minutes ago, and they say we're going to hold a downtime on April 5th, 2023 at 5 AM PDT. Now, normally they address this in UTC. They're obviously not doing that this time. That's about 1 PM in the afternoon UK time, and the downtime is going to last 60 minutes. Now this is addressing, but not actually fixing, the issue where players were logging on and losing all of their equipment. Essentially, this was happening if you logged off before the patch and you either died whilst logging off, or you logged off in the dead state. So maybe you rage quit and then you came back on and all of your items have gone. You're literally blank. All of your inventory, your equipment, all of your armor and stuff like that, gone. And they're weirdly not actually fixing it this time. What they are doing is that they're going to prevent further instances of this actually happening. So players getting into this state won't happen. Then they're going to work on another patch to actually give you back your items, because it's actually quite difficult for them to do that. It's probably like a bit more like delicate, I think is the word they use. As sort of payment for the mistake, I guess, they're going to give you 50,000 marks of fortune. And that's going to probably come with the second patch, right? Well, it says asynchronous, which I guess means actually not with the patch, but either way. There's actually no ETA on this subsequent patch, which is going to give you your stuff back, which at the minute sort of means you're locked out from doing a lot of the content, unfortunately. Like, if it wasn't so sad for the players who've not got their gear, it would almost be laughable, right? But it is what it is. And then another huge fix is actually coming with this, which for a lot of people, this probably impacts a lot more people in a way, but not as significantly. And that is, additionally, during this downtime, we'll also address the issues causing territory lifestyle buffs to not apply to characters, including all crafting and combat buffs. Now, what I've anecdotally been told is that if you were crafting, it would tell you that you're going to craft from 595 to 600, but you actually wouldn't, because you wouldn't get the crafting town buff. So people were effectively getting tricked, I guess, into crafting, and you never had the chance of getting the good item. Now, obviously, that is terrible because the game's telling you one thing. I don't think they're going to give anybody their stuff back, but yeah, don't craft until this patch is definitely advice that you probably should have followed. But yeah, I was going to bed when I learned about that. So two major issues there. One which they're not actually fixing yet, but they're going to stop it happening to other people. However, the damage is probably done there. And at least they're going to give you something in return, right? They're actually going to be like, hey, we made a boo-boo. Here's 50,000 marks of fortune, which is about, I don't actually know how much that's worth, like 30, 40 quid, something like that maybe. Yeah, it's not terrible. You can definitely buy the premium season pass, by the way. That costs 30,000. And then the important one for a lot of players, not to say that the other one isn't important, but this one actually impacts like everybody who's playing right now, is to like not craft until this patch goes live. And even then, I would check it with one piece before you do it, right? Always worth being cautious, I guess. But there's a lot more than this happening in the world of New World right now. A very quick one here is that they've disabled some of the activities on the seasonal activity card. Basically, the cook or craft 25 items, spend 250 Azoth, or consume 10 tier 5 items. I'm not 100% sure why they've disabled that. If you know, do let me know in the comments below. Here's one which a lot of people ask me about sometimes, and that is talking about, will New World go free to play? Well, Katie, one of the lead devs on New World, says free to play isn't on our radar. Now that obviously doesn't mean they're never going to do it, but what it does mean is they're not doing it anytime soon. Personally, I think if you were going to do this, you'd probably do it after your first expansion. We'll have to wait and see if that's something they look at or reconsider then. But just very important information for those of you who are considering maybe waiting for free to play or something like that, which I'd be surprised if you made it to this point in the video, but there you have it. Obviously, a big problem with free to play or any kind of free trial is how you would stop people just abusing it. I mean, like botters and stuff like that. But yeah, let's not talk about that just yet. There are still obviously some bugs. I don't necessarily know what caused this bug, but this guy's playing with a great sword and struggling to play. I don't think that this bug is necessarily overly common, but it's always funny to just have a look at. Speaking of some other bugs, here we have, there are some, it looks like invasion weapons and armor and stuff like that specifically. They have like a lot of stats basically. For some reason, this one you can see here, it's got 29 strength, 20 strength, 9 dexterity, right? Some of the stats are effectively getting buffed or either doubled or tripled or what have you. So this is effectively 2 stats. So it's a 20 and a 10 plus the 30, right? I don't know if that's actually affecting in game, but just be aware there might be some people with invasion stuff really popping off. No news about when that one will be fixed. Overall, it looks like the premium pass is doing gangbusters, at least for revenue terms. So this is a list of top selling by revenue on Steam, and you can see that New World did move up to number 6. And actually, if I check this live in my region, it's actually now number 5. Now, hopefully that wasn't just me buying the whole season pass and showing it just for you guys, but it sort of proves that the season pass model is definitely going to be generating some revenue for Amazon at this point. Hopefully this means we can get some investment and some continued support. Maybe, I don't want to say it a little bit too harshly, but maybe at a higher level a little bit, with a little bit more content in these seasons. That's what we would all truly like, right? But at least we know that it's worked. If you're Amazon, it's worked. As they said on the Reddit post, mission accomplished. So that's really the roundup right now. I think we've covered everything that's going on. When a new patch drives, there's like always a lot of little things happening. I think we've got them right now. Don't craft until this patch, and even then check it. And if you have lost all of your gear, they are going to fix it and reward you. You're just not going to get fixed in this patch. It's actually going to be the one that's after this. Let's hope it comes soon, because I can imagine that being an absolute pain in the backside. Everybody doing new content and you're not. Big shout out to my YouTube members and Patreons. I'm going to be doing an insanely long stream over on Twitch this weekend, hopefully for charity if everything goes well. Still got a few things I need to plan, so that's why I might not committing. But please come ahead and give me a follow in preparation for this massive stream this weekend. I should be streaming all weekend basically. What you should definitely be doing though is having a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.